Good morning. There we go. Pause my music here. Good morning to A. How are you? I hope you're doing fantastic as always. I'm trying to be doing fantastic. Was already out and about in the wild this morning, hence my bandana. It's not a fashion statement. I don't own a mask, so I clean this every day and use it to get around. Adam and Shannon, hello, good morning. I hope you guys are well. Thank you for being here today. As the title of the video suggests, and I'm trying to be better at getting this out early in the video for the folks that don't come to our live streams. Today is our first dedicated editing day for time to be together and troubleshoot in WeVideo. It's also a good opportunity if you need a refresher on something, if you missed a class and want me to go over something again, or if you started an edit recently and are coming into some issues and you need some help, this is the time to work that out together. I've had a few emails over the last couple of days with some good questions, which is excellent. But now we can kind of talk, well, as close as we can face to face, as well as work side by side. So I'll be here as long as you guys are here. If you want to pop open WeVideo in a separate tab and start working, and know that if you come across any issues or things you might need help with, I'm one tab over. You can bounce over and get some help here. The same will be schedule-wise for Friday. Gosh, I'm losing track of days. Friday will be our second and final allocated editing day. All right, and last opportunity for FaceTime help. And then the project is due before class on Tuesday. So Tuesday will be our screening day, and if our screening day spills into Thursday, it spills into Thursday. And then I would anticipate some kind of reflection or feedback from you folks, as we typically do with most projects. This one being a little bit more important because I want to know some of the maybe issues at home you had shooting or troubles that you came into, however small they are, just so I know what to expect heading into our next unit and project, which will be right around the corner. Matt is joining us. Good morning, Matt. Thank you for being here. So if you guys want to give me a quick update as to where you are with your project now, that would be great. And then just kind of give me an idea of where you're at and what your game plan is to get that wrapped up, as we have one more class, but if we don't include today, 3 more school days. And if you include the weekend, then you've got 2 extra days there on the end to kind of help as well. And I'm hoping that you found that the project itself balances the level of effort and energy with the amount of time I've given for it. Part of the first shooting project at home was also learning how to work it into your existing schedule with stuff that you have to do for family, as well as your other classes. And so a project that may not seem that difficult or intense and could have been done in a shorter time frame, I didn't want to put that make that a burden for anybody. So that's why there's a little bit of extra time on it. So I will be here for help if need be. Still hoping to get an update, Matt. You may have missed that part, but if you can just give me an update as to where you are with your project currently and what your game plan is for the rest, that would be fantastic. Just to give me an idea of where you are, and maybe I can offer some advice for you outside shooters. Today is looking to be a good day. In fact, let's check the old weather here. Oh, Mr. Stevenson texted me. That's nice. There is no weather. The weather is done. These things happen. Sweet. So Shannon, are you going to Did I go over with you the voiceover process last time? I'm not sure if I did. Are you going to take the silly but probably preferred and better sounding route of recording in a nice quiet space? Jake, good morning, bud. Hey, thanks for coming out. Give me a quick update in the chat there where you are with your project and what your game plan is moving forward to wrap that up. All right, it's due at the start of class on Tuesday, and on Friday, we're going to have our second and final allocated editing day together. So this could be an opportunity to ask questions with WeVideo, to be shown something, or if you want to edit during our class time now, knowing that I'm right here, you can do that as well. And know that if you come into an issue, I could be one tab over, ready to help you out. And Shannon, thank you for the update. I'm sorry if I didn't say thank you for that. Dan, good morning, buddy. How are we doing? I hope you're well. Cool, Shannon. I think you're going to find that the quality is a lot better since the microphone in your phone is obviously better than the microphone in your Chromebook, and you can bring it closer to your mouth, especially much easier. I guess you could bring your Chromebook closer to your face, but that might be really hard to read, to like talk into it, especially if you're reading the script. And I would definitely map out what you want to say. It's going to help it sound a lot more planned and professional. If you're kind of winging it, it tends to sound that way. And we want to make sure when doing how-to that you come off as confident and certain in what you're saying. You want to sell your viewer on the ability to believe and give yourself credibility. So yeah, voice memo app is a really good thing. And then you can upload that right to Google Drive. Forgot how to bring clips into WeVideo. Super easy, Jake. Here, I'll open up WeVideo and I'll show you how. I'm just going to open a new tab. I've got two monitors going again now. I got my monitor from the school, so pardon me if it just takes a while to drag everything where it's supposed to go. Let's log into WeVideo. Okay, cool. Excuse me. So, Jake, I'm gonna go from the WeVideo interface. So this is going to be after you've uploaded your clips from your recording device, and if it's your phone, great, from your phone to Google Drive. So you want to make sure that step one, your clips have been moved up to Google Drive and they're there and they're waiting for you and they're ready to go. If they're not, I would start that process as soon as possible because the upload process is going to take a little bit of time and the transfer into WeVideo takes a little bit of time as well. Excuse me. So let me just hide that. Go over to my dashboard here. Okay. Desktop. There it is. Okay. All right. So when you log in to your WeVideo, you'll be brought to your dashboard. Okay. Now for this, I didn't have to create a project for you because I didn't need to share any media with you. So you can create a new project. And if you haven't yet, you can do that. And if you have, then just go down to your most recent project. I'm just going to open up my test edit. It's what I've been using to demonstrate some stuff. And so I'm going to go in. So when you go into it, of course, it's going to take you to your standard layout, which in this case is your timeline and your preview program monitor, and it jumps you into your stock media, usually by default. But we don't want to use any of that stock media. We want to get the media that you have. So if you haven't brought anything into WeVideo yet, you can from this project that you've created. All right, if you go over to My Media And I have some folders here because this is the media that I brought in. All right. But there's an option right here, right below my media and above your sidebar, where you have an option to import. You can record using your built-in camera or webcam, and you can narrate, meaning you can do a voiceover in WeVideo as well. Not the preferred method, but it's quick and easy if you need to do it in a pinch. All right, but you're going to select the import option. Now, it's going to bring you to a drag and drop media window, which we can't do unless you're working on a Windows or Mac laptop or like desktop computer. You have an option to drag files that are like on your desktop or documents into this window and then upload from there. But we're not going to do that, especially if you've uploaded the drive and you're using your Chromebook. So you'll notice down below, okay, there is some options to import from certain sites. I might have a little bit more than you do. So if yours looks a little bit different, it's probably because I eliminated some of them, as some of these websites are blocked. So the first option, you should see a very familiar icon for Google Drive. And if you select that, all right, because you logged in with your Google account for school, it should take you directly to your Google Drive. Now, if it asks for permission, if it says WeVideo would like to access Google Drive, you're going to say yes. There's no reason not to trust this site, and there's no reason not to trust our school in making sure that the account is going to be safe. At which point, you'll navigate in Google Drive to where your video files are. And of course, I would encourage you, in the name of being organized, once you get them on Google Drive, go to Google Drive and put them in a folder. It'll just be easier to find. And then you can search for the name of that folder. So if I just go into, let's see here. I don't want to take anything too big because I don't want it to take too long. But if I go into, what's in Global Club? Let's see. Anything? Oh yeah, look at that. There is. Open House Best Take. I don't know what this is. So let's just, you know what? We'll take this because I know this is short. All right, so I'm going to select this video file. All right, now if you want to select multiple video files, you can select the first one and hold down Shift and then select the last one, and it'll select everything in between. So you don't need to go to import and select one file at a time. I don't believe it will allow you to select a folder. So if they're all in a folder, you can't just select the folder and it'll import it. I think you need to go into that folder and then select all the clips. But I'm going to take just this one and hit select. All right. Now this window will do its thing, and then that clip will show up in WeVideo where it needs to do its thing. And it's going to take a little bit of time to process that video for playback. And depending on how many clips you have, of course, it's going to have to process each one individually. So what I've been recommending to people is when you're sitting down to edit, just know that it's going to take a little bit of time for those clips to appear. So it's not the worst thing in the world to get your clips on Google Drive, go to WeVideo, import, bring them in, and you'll see every clip that pops in is going to be blank like this. Because if you click on it, it's telling you, hey, we're getting this media from somewhere else, hang tight. That could take a minute. It could take 10, 15 minutes. I would say if you're sitting down to get started, I would know that when you're bringing media in, either let it do its thing and take care of other schoolwork, or let it do its thing and go have lunch. Don't I wouldn't say, okay, I'm going to work on this for an hour and then I've got a ton of other stuff to do, because the first 10, 15 minutes of that hour might be waiting for it to import. So once you see this, you're good. Let it run and do its thing, and then eventually that clip will show in there and be ready to rock and roll. Oh, and there we go, just like that. Okay. All right, and now it's ready for playback. And of course, now I can bring it into my timeline and start to make edits and adjustments to it. All right. So, Jake, I hope that helped a lot. It's a pretty clear process if you know where to go, and I have no doubt that once you do it once, you'll be able to do it again. The same will work for audio files and pictures as well. So if you have pictures or audio on Google Drive that you want to bring in, then you can use that. Audio, if it becomes problematic in like finding stuff, like I know in class, we would be able to, oh, Mr. Leonard, I want this song on YouTube, and you would send me the link and I would get that for you. That's kind of a harder process now. So if you're in a pinch, I would rely on the audio that's down here in WeVideo, just as you don't need sound effects. Well, you might, but, some of these songs that are in there could be good to use in a pinch if you need to. So there's no shortage of stuff that you can use there. Even if it's not a specific song that you may want, at least it's better than not a song at all. Now, if you have your own music on Google Drive, perfectly fine. You can use that too. Just make sure it's school appropriate, of course. And Jake, with that question, what I'll probably end up doing a little bit later, just as I know there are some people here that, that are not here, really, I may cut out that little snippet of stuff that I just said to you and make it an independent video I'm going to put on Google Drive and share with my classes just in case. So I appreciate that question. Thank you. Did that help? Please let me know if that helped. And if not, I can go over stuff again, no problem. Awesome, Jake. I'm glad that helped you out. And of course, if you have issues later or it's not working for you, or it's just acting weird, don't hesitate to reach out if we need any other help. And it illustrates yet again why I'm more than happy to be here doing these streams with you guys, even if there's a small turnout. Because if we do have help, it's so much easier for me to show you something than it is to kind of do step-by-step instructions in an email. But also, you got that answer immediately, as opposed to, you sent me an email, and I get a lot of emails very late in the evening that I don't reply to until the morning. So if you sat down to work at like 9 o'clock at night, and I'm starting to wind down or get ready for bed or something, I might not get that email till 7:38 this morning. And if I replied to it then, you might have been like, well, that's great now, but I wanted to work last night and I didn't. So it kind of disrupts your flow a little bit. So Jake, thank you for being here in class today. And of course, for the folks that are here, please don't hesitate. If you feel comfortable doing stuff, if you want to go take care of work for other classes to free you up later to work on this edit, by all means, go for that. All right. Part of the sub project to this project is just learning how to adapt and manage your time a little bit better, knowing that you kind of have to map everything out and think ahead as to when stuff's going to get done, because you can't do everything simultaneously at the last minute. So I appreciate everyone being here to get questions answered or just check in the class. I'll be honest, I'm trying to come up with some stuff after this project's done, and it's difficult without some feedback from everybody. So while I have some ideas, I haven't landed on anything yet. So still working on that. No, thank you. Little background tunes. Wow. I'm still going to be here. I'm just bringing my mic level down a little bit. So don't hesitate to keep asking the questions, or if you check in, it's going to be silent. BRB. Dan, hello. So remember, per the instruction sheet, the video is supposed to be between 2 to 2.5 minutes. So 2 to 2 minutes and 30 seconds, somewhere in that range. Uh, so that should answer your question. I guess just let me know if it doesn't for some reason. Cool, dude. Awesome. A time lapse. Interesting. Yeah, of course. I don't see why not. I guess the first thing that came to my mind was making sure that as much as possible it's a steady shot. Um, Only because if it's a lot of handheld stuff, even if you think you're holding it steady, if you're doing 10 minutes worth of stuff and condensing it to 15 seconds, every little movement you're going to see. So if you found a way to like prop up your phone or recording device and you can get a time lapse shot nice and steady, I say go for it. I think that'd be great. That's a great question. I have a feeling I'm going to see a lot of time lapses, which is perfectly fine. We just want them to look good. But I think it's a great way, especially when you're doing something. Um, I don't want to say repetitive, but if you're doing like the same thing multiple times, it makes sense, right? And you see that a lot in how-to videos. So if you're like demonstrating how to do one side of your hair and you're, a little bit slower, methodical, and then you say, okay, now we're gonna do the other side, and the process is the same. It's okay, boom, time lapse, and then we're done. And that's a great way in kind of moving through some repetitive tasks a little bit quicker and a little bit more visually interesting. So I think that's a great idea. Dan, if you're 12 seconds over and you really feel like you've squeezed everything out of it that you can to still have it work and look good, then yeah, let it ride. 12 seconds really isn't that much in the grand scheme of things. And I'd rather Ooh, that was weird. Just one? I probably have more coming. I would rather have you be happy with it and have it be a little bit longer than you like taking 12 to 20 seconds out and saying, yeah, but I don't like this as much. So if you're really thrilled with it and you think it looks great, 12 seconds, don't worry about it, not a problem. I'm going to be way more lenient with folks that go over a little than folks that are well under, like 12 seconds under. Okay, that could be one or two more shots. That could be a longer introduction, some background stuff. But if you're over, you probably have all that stuff in there. So that's perfectly fine. I'm going to have up the classroom post for the video turn-in next class. I wanted to make sure that I put that up there so you have somewhere else to turn that into on its own. But I in my head, I've been saving that for when we hit our second editing day. So that will be up there on Friday for folks. If they're done early, they can turn it in and know that it's turned in, it's done. They don't have to worry about, getting it in over the weekend or before class. Voiceover and sweet, Dan, that's awesome. So we still have dedicated time on Friday if you wanted to use that time to work, side by side if you're in a WeVideo tab and the YouTube stream tab. So I could be here for questions if you need them. But it sounds like you're going to be in good shape then to get that. Wow, excuse me. Wrapped up and turned in on time. I'm looking forward to it. That's going to be really cool. So awesome. Thank you for the update. Due date is by the start of class on Tuesday of next week. So Friday will be our second dedicated editing day, and then it will be due by the start of class on Tuesday. And then we'll use the class time to screen and talk about stuff and reflect a little bit, and then kind of go from there. If screening spills into Thursday, it spills into Thursday. But for this project, it's due by the start of class on Tuesday. So by 9:59, I would like to have those turned in so I have them all ready to download, and then we can start to screen right away. All right, Dan, good luck with math. Thank you for saying goodbye. We'll see you later on Friday, and we'll talk to you soon, bud. Skadoosh. Okay. All right, gang. I am probably going to wrap up the stream. Actually, I'm going to wrap it up now, just so I can make sure I'm prepped and ready for my next period class. But if you're still working, plugging away at your edit, keep going. I mean, I know we got another 10 minutes left or 11 minutes left, but I'm hoping that you're going to be in good hands. And if you need anything between now and the next time we meet, please reach out and email. That's what I've been doing this whole time when you guys are not answering questions. If you see me like looking down and typing, I'm going through student emails and work emails and stuff. So I can get back to you pretty quickly during the day and afternoon. The evening gets a little bit spottier. But just to kind of reiterate, our class on Friday is going to be our second and final dedicated editing day. And then it'll be much like today. I'm here for questions and answers, troubleshooting, WeVideo refreshers, issues, things like that. And the project will be due before Tuesday on, oh my God, before class starts on Tuesday. I'm probably going to put a post on Classroom to all my classes, just letting folks know that between Thursday and Friday, to come to our streams, as the likelihood of me getting back over the weekend with emails is going to be a little spotty as well. I'm not by my computer as much. And if you're putting off the whole project until the last, like weekend before it's due, and you come across an issue, I might not be working that day, or I might be out and about, or, so I just want people to know that. So that's not a message to be offended by, or just, it's more of a heads up. So look for that shortly, and we'll see you guys on Friday. Okay. Have a good day. I'll see you then. Bye.
Hey,
Hi. Can you hear me now?
I can.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
Good.
I'm just helping out Craig Shackus. He's